Hey, this is the C&D channel. I'm Chris, and this is MMA for you. I'm going to be doing my post-fight analysis for UFC 130, Rampage vs. Hamill. But before we get into that, I'd like to thank my sponsors, GoBusiness123.com and DeMarco Sunglasses Boutique in Laguna Beach. Okay, let's get started. We got Renan Barão beating Cole Escobedo by unanimous decision. Renan Barão is someone to look out for. This guy has like a 26-1-1 record. His only loss is his very first MMA fight. And he's under the Zuffa banner when he's fighting in like WEC. I think he's like 3 in a row now under the Zuffa banner, if I'm not mistaken. That includes his WEC stuff as well. He's beaten guys like Chris Carriacio, who lost today, and he just beat Cole Escobedo, who made his return to the Zuffa banner. Kind of sucks. It took him a while to get here. He was actually going to try out for the Ultimate Fighter the upcoming season with bantamweights and featherweights, but the UFC decided to just put him on the roster. But yeah, Renan Barão, definitely someone to watch out for in this division. Another guy to watch out for is Michael McDonald, as he beat Chris Carriacio by a split decision. Michael McDonald is, I think he's the youngest UFC fighter right now, if I'm not mistaken, and his skill set is very good. He has really fun fights as well. Good of Carriacio to get a split decision on someone so talented as Michael McDonald. McDonald, watch out for this kid. He's definitely the future. Still really young and already fights at a very high level. Okay, next fight after that, Gleison Tibau got submission of the night as he got a rear naked choke over Rafael Oliveira. Tibau's one of those guys where he seems like he's stuck in mid-tier. Like, he'll beat Oliveira, he'll beat some of the lower tier guys, some of the mid guys, and I think he beat like Pellegrino the other day too, I'm not too sure. He's lost to guys like Joe Stevenson when Joe Stevenson was doing really well, Melvin Gillard, Jim Miller. So he's one of those fighters that can't seem to break through. He still has his striking, still needs a lot of work, especially his defense. Against Oliveira, he was getting tagged a couple times. Obviously, he tagged him. So I mean, it's improvement, and he is working on it. He has good wrestling, good takedown defense, and his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is top notch. So I mean, he definitely has like 2 out of 3, but his striking's always been his weakness. He's a huge 155er. It's tough to say if he, I don't know if he's going to break through or not, or if he's just going to stay in mid-tier. It's really tough to say. Rafael Oliveira, I mean, this was his comeback. He was cut from the UFC and he came back for this fight. Only to lose. I'm sure, since he took the fight on short notice too, I think both of them did actually, that the UFC will more than likely invite him back. Okay, next fight after that, we got Tim the Barbarian Bosch beating Kendall the Spider Grove by unanimous decision. I honestly think that Kendall Grove is going to get cut from this loss. He was always at like a win-loss. Now it's like 2 losses in a row. He's been stuck in mid-tier purgatory for a while. His one saving grace is he is the winner of the Ultimate Fighter. I think season 3, if I'm not mistaken. There's flashes of brilliance with Grove. He's always been out-wrestled. Munoz has taken him down. Damon Maya's taken him down. Tim Bosch took him down at will. Bosch looks really good at 185. There are some cardio problems around the 3rd, but he gutted through it, and he managed to get that decision victory. He has a really bullying style, and the other thing is, you know, he at 185. I mean, there aren't too many top wrestlers out there. There's Chael Sonnen, of course. Mark Munoz, you know, he's a good wrestler, but like his wrestling hasn't translated well to MMA. Damian Maia has some really good takedown ability himself, actually. There's guys like Aaron Simpson that maybe he can fight. CB Dalloway is a good wrestler out there as well. So there's not a large amount of, you know, top tier fighters that are like high level wrestlers as well. Tim Bosch can probably get pretty far in the division, just with his skill set and his power. You know, I can't really see too many guys like in the top. Like when I think of the guys in the top, I think of like Okami, Vitor Belfort. Mark Wart's not there anymore. There's kind of a Bisbing, you know. It's kind of a shortage of guys on the top. You got guys like Tim Bosch and Brian Stan looking good in their fights, and they can easily break through, you know. So yeah, Bosch, definitely someone to look out for 5.